Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are taking the raw, kind of intimidating data behind content creation and, well, we're translating it into an easy-to-understand English story. Whether you're building up an audience right here in the USA or trying to reach a massive global scale, we're going to decode the exact formula of how content just explodes online. We call it the motivation algorithm. But first, I've got a question for you. Is going viral just blind luck? I mean, is it really just throwing a piece of content out into the digital void and crossing your fingers? Absolutely not. Actually, right now, in the very first 3 seconds of this explainer, I'm deliberately hooking your attention. And that's exactly what the source data tells us is the foundational, non-negotiable step of virality. It's not random magic. It's a highly calculated, repeatable formula. Okay, let's dive into this. Decoding the motivation algorithm, from human psychology to machine mechanics.
Surviving the first 3 seconds, the ultimate hook.
Look, we live in a world of infinite mindless scrolling, right? And the data shows those initial 3 seconds are completely brutal. The source material gives us a direct, uncompromising command, stop the scroll. You literally have a fraction of a moment at the very beginning to show or say something so immediately arresting that the viewer physically cannot move their thumb. You have to break their default scrolling pattern right then and there. Moving on to the anatomy of viral content, sustaining attention and looping. So what happens after you successfully stop that scroll? You can't just leave them hanging, right? Let's move forward and see how this builds across a strict timeline. The absolute sweet spot for short-form content like Reels and Shorts is just 15 to 30 seconds. At the 3-second mark, boom, you secure that initial hook. By 15 seconds, you're rapidly weaving in trending elements, maybe it's a viral dance song or a new challenge, to really cement a deep emotional connection. And by the 30-second mark, you are crafting the perfect loop. And beating right at the heart of that 30-second timeline is this golden rule, pulled straight from our source. Make them laugh, surprise them, or inspire them. Emotional connection is totally non-negotiable. If your viewer isn't laughing out loud, genuinely surprised by a crazy twist, or feeling a massive rush of inspiration, their attention just vanishes. Emotion is the psychological glue holding this entire algorithm together. So, the crucial point is the strict execution of these 4 exact steps. Step 1, leverage trends immediately. You've got to jump on those viral topics and challenges without delay. Step 2, keep it short and sweet, optimizing for that 15 to 30-second window. Step 3, create a seamless loop. This means engineering the very end of your video so it flows naturally right back into the beginning, pretty much forcing it to be watched again and again. And finally, step 4, consistency. You must post every single day or at least on a very regular schedule to keep that momentum going. Now, let's look at platform strategies, IG versus YT, and adapting the formula. How you deploy this core strategy actually changes depending on the specific digital real estate you're building on. And this brilliantly illustrates the distinct tactical split. For Instagram Reels, the strategy leans heavily into auditory triggers. You need trending audio and precise beat syncing. But over on YouTube Shorts, the winning strategy totally flips. Here, you're relying on visual and psychological triggers, specifically using text right on the screen to deliberately generate burning curiosity. So it's 2 massive platforms, 1 foundational algorithm, but 2 totally different executions. Next up, the viral coefficient math, the engine of virality. Now, let's shift gears and slow down the pace for a second, because once you move past the psychology of laughing and scrolling, there is a hard, mathematical truth to how content actually explodes. I want you to focus on the number 10. Imagine you've posted your incredibly crafted 15-second looped content. The algorithm pushes it out to exactly 10 initial viewers. Just 10 people. What happens next with these 10 individuals is literally the difference between a total flop and a massive global phenomenon. Here is where the source introduces the concept of the K-factor, or the viral coefficient. This is the mathematical growth metric that fundamentally alters your trajectory. The data states that if those initial 10 viewers watch your content and that emotional hook is strong enough that they share it with just 2 more people, you have successfully increased your viral coefficient. You've boosted your K-factor. That single action triggers an absolutely unstoppable chain reaction. 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40, and suddenly the algorithmic machine takes over completely. That is the true beating engine of virality. So we've broken it all down. The 3-second hook, the 15 to 30-second timeline, the absolute necessity of laughter, surprise, or inspiration. We've seen how to adapt for Instagram's beat syncing versus YouTube's text-based curiosity. And we've decoded the actual math of the K factor. You now possess the complete, translated blueprint of the motivation algorithm. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you know the exact formula, what are you going to make go viral today?